Ty Spiritual, and I'm back. Oh my God. Ty Spiritual, and I'm back with another video, man. Simple. Now, look how small I am to this tree. Look at this. This tree is massive. Like, it's huge. This is the biggest tree I've ever seen in person in my life. Like, look at it's huge, man. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys today about how to start your spiritual journey. Now, I made a video about this in the past. I did. And a lot of you guys may not have seen it because you simply weren't subscribed at that point. And I appreciate that you're subscribed now. This is what I want you to understand. When people say, I want to know how to start my spiritual journey, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that. I get what you're saying. I understand. Trust me. But you already started. You started way before this lifetime. Matter of fact, if you didn't start your spiritual journey, you wouldn't be watching this video right now because you would not be in that body. You would still be a part of the cosmos, literally. You wouldn't be physical at all. So understand you've already started your spiritual journey. What you are trying to achieve is to work towards becoming more spiritually aware. But for the sake of understanding, I'm going to leave the title, How to Start Your Spiritual Journey. Because there's nothing wrong with saying that. Okay, let's jump right into this. When I first learned about spirituality, I asked my spiritual teacher some of the craziest questions. I mean, like, I go back and look on the questions that I asked, and they were just like, what? Like, duh. Like, it was hilarious reading those questions. But the first thing I'll tell you is learn how to meditate. Because when you meditate, you're processing information. You're downloading information from the cosmos through your crown chakra. You're downloading information. You're learning how to maintain high vibrational states. The reason why this is so important is because you're going to come across things that are going to blow your mind. They're going to blow your mind. You're going to be like, what? Oh my God, like what? And it's important that once your mind is blown, you don't let your imagination go crazy. Because when your imagination goes crazy, that can put a halt on your progress. Because you'll start imagining things. You may not even be trying to do this. You'll start forcing yourself to try to reach a point that you might not be at already. So your imagination is going to create a false image and a false experience that simply doesn't exist and simply isn't true, but you see it because you're imagining it. So learn how to meditate. Learn how to ground yourself. Grounding yourself, getting in nature. That's grounding yourself. Meditation. Learn how to do that so you can process the information that you're going to come across, because the information you're going to come across and you're going to download, I don't want to try to make it sound all exciting and all that, but it has a great chance of blowing your mind. Okay? So learn how to meditate, ground yourself. The second thing is, I would advise you guys to find a spiritual teacher, a mentor. Some of you guys look up to me as a teacher and a mentor. I don't see myself as a teacher because to me, I haven't experienced enough yet. But if you guys see me as that, as a mentor, that's perfectly fine. Find someone that will help guide you, because there are tricks and you can't be deceived in this third dimensional realm from people and things that are claiming they're spiritual. I'm gonna give you an example. I see a lot of meditations on YouTube. Automatically open your third eye, how to open your third eye fast, how to decalcify your third eye, decalcify your pineal gland. I see these things. No frequency you can listen to will open your third eye immediately. That is not true. There's nothing you can eat that can open your third eye immediately. That's not true. I see people talk about psychedelics, DMT. I'm going to make a whole nother video on that. But to achieve this, the third eye, that takes time, takes lifetimes to be frank with it. It takes lifetimes. Okay? So don't try to expedite the process. Don't try to speed it up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, eating things you should eat, doing things you should be doing. But don't be in a rush with this. I see a lot of you guys messaging me, and it seems like you're kind of in a rush to get everything down together. And a big reason behind that is the whole December 21st thing. I see that. You don't have to have everything down pat by December 21st. You simply don't. That day, I'm trying to decide, should I say this or not? That day has a chance of raising the vibration of this planet. It does. But that is not the end date for the 5D ascension. That's not when everything is going to be complete. That's not the date where if you don't have everything down pat, you're done spiritually. That's not the date. So do not try to expedite this spiritual process. Don't. Because you see, when you're so focused on what's on the end, you'll miss the lessons and the small things that you're going through right now. And that's very important. That's very important. So, first thing, learn how to meditate. Ground yourself. Second thing, find a spiritual teacher, somebody that can help guide you. Somebody that you can truly trust. Third thing, don't try to expedite this spiritual process. Don't try. Take your time. You got time, but don't become complacent with that time. But understand that you have time. You really do. All right? Spirituality is freedom. It's freedom. You can do whatever you want. There's no judgment. I see people saying good or bad. There's no such thing as good or bad. Only an experience with a lesson. Remember that. There's no such thing as good and bad. Only a experience with a lesson. Okay? So when it comes to how to start your spiritual journey, learn how to meditate, ground yourself. Make sure, well, you don't have to do this, but it would be good to have somebody that can guide you spiritually. Somebody that can help guide you. That's on this third dimensional realm, because your higher self, who you really are, is already guiding you. Make sure you pay attention to the angel numbers that you see. That's not a coincidence. You're not seeing those by coincidence. Third thing, don't try to expedite this. Another thing is, you want to decalcify your pineal gland, because it's a very good chance your pineal gland is calcified due to fluoride. There's a very good chance. It is. Because you aren't aware what fluoride was doing to you. You aren't aware. That's not your fault. Fluoride destroys. Fluoride destroys your pineal gland. It destroys it. By the time you're 40 years old, if you have been taking fluoride in your body, your pineal gland is as hard as a rock, stone. You have to decalcify that. I made a whole video on how you can decalcify your pineal gland. But I'm going to give you two things in this video. Eat pink Himalayan salt. Pink Himalayan salt, okay? You can also eat organic turmeric, okay? You can get both of these things off Amazon, okay? But that won't be enough to decalcify your pineal gland. You have to stimulate it too. Meditating is a good way to stimulate it. Chanting Om is a good way to stimulate it. And there's many, many things that you can do to stimulate your pineal gland. Being in sunlight helps. Okay? You need your pineal gland if you want to supersede this body. There's no way around it. It's the gateway to sleep, gateway to dreams, and the gateway to higher dimensions. That's true. Okay? So decalcify your pineal gland. So, to keep you guys up to date, up to speed, learn how to meditate, ground yourself. Find a spiritual teacher if you want, somebody that can help guide you. Don't expedite the spiritual process. Don't. Decalcify your pineal gland. Okay? The last thing I'm going to tell you, this is just for, and this video is mostly for beginners. Learn about the chakras, the 7 chakras. They start from down here, they come up here. I'm going to give you the names. The root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. learn about the chakras. What are their functions, what they do, and what happens when they're not turning, because the chakras are just wheels. They have to be turning. Learn what happens, because you see people that's moody, you see people that are upset, people that are mad, they feel like they can't get their life together, their life isn't changing. Their chakras are on the line. They're off balance. They're out of balance. Once you balance these, you will notice that it's like you're healing yourself. Once you balance the chakras, once you get these wheels turning, okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video was very informative for you. But remember, to wrap this video up, you've already started your spiritual journey long before you got in this body. You have. A lot of you guys are young. I mean, you're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's great, because I didn't figure this out until last year, and you guys are very special. Don't let that go to your head. Don't let that inflate your ego. But you guys are very special.